And we're live. Welcome, everyone. If there's anyone online yet, it doesn't look like it.
I'm just going to double check.
Just wait for a minute while people come online.
You've got 5. We've got 5.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
I'm still saying 0. Okay, now it's just jumped up to 5. Welcome, everybody, to happy Thursday night live stream. Trav's a little bit under the weather tonight, so yeah.
The things I do for you, Dave.
His voice is getting better and better the more he uses it, which normally they go a bit backwards. So this might be a short and sweet one. Hello, I'm Dave. If anyone's wondering, that's to cover up my work logo because I couldn't be bothered changing.
Copenhagen.
What is Audio Copenhagen? Well, you don't even know.
Kmart special, mate. Party time.
Kmart ring.
I think Dave needs a hat.
I actually, if anyone, I might buy myself a hat next Friday when I'm at the hopefully at a special event next Friday, because I have got some hats, but I don't know where they are because everything's packed in boxes while we're renting.
Kmart represent. How do I? Is that a K? Yeah, the Kmart. Is that a K? No.
So,
I'll sort that Kmart tag out later.
Thank you. Is there any racing this weekend? Nothing major. So,
no.
I think the Australian Rally Championship's on with Shane Van Gisbergen having a crack at that. But I don't know about the Voodoo motorbikes, whether they're running. But there's no Formula One, no supercars, no IndyCar. They're the ones that really count.
Is TCR on the weekend?
I don't know.
I actually enjoyed it because I did mention Liam Talbot. He did very well.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm a big fan of Liam.
Is he racing in? I thought he was a GT racer, not a TCR.
Actually, I just
NASCAR races every weekend.
I just made a mistake. It wasn't TCR. It was GT.
Yeah. So
who was
they're
TCR?
on the TCR's the Fab Pack.
That's it. My other crush.
Yeah. So it's the hair, isn't it? You just love him for his hair.
No. So Liam did the GT.
Nobody.
Which did he drive with? He drove with funny hair.
Which one's funny hair? Chaz.
He's got Chaz Monster. Yeah. Yeah, he drove with Chaz.
What's wrong with Chaz's hair?
What's right with it? Let's talk about that. No. Well, I can't talk because I don't have any hair. That's why I wear a hat.
Exactly. You're just jealous. So.
I feel sick. Leave me alone.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, the Formula One on the weekend.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Q1. What happened there?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a bit disappointed overall, to be frank. I made notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DNFs for the race. One including Shuey, who didn't race.
Yeah, so that's a DNS. Yeah, which apparently that was a bit more to do with spares and stuff rather than him not actually being able to race.
Yeah, I think it was.
They were more paranoid, about damaging more parts and getting the car actually ready for Melbourne rather than Schumacher not being able to race. But maybe that was a bit of an excuse as well.
I think he was a bit sore though because
after an impact like that, I wouldn't imagine him. Yeah.
What about let's talk about the rocket. What about the rocket that hit the oil thing?
Oh, let's not talk about that stuff. It's a
bit political, but it's right near the track. It's racing. I mean, I know Rocket doesn't sponsor Williams anymore, but let's try and tie it in.
Yeah. I tell you what, if there's a big explosion down in Port Melbourne or whatever next Friday, I don't think I'll be going.
No, there won't be.
I think I'll be heading to somewhere else. But
Yes.
I
So let's
yeah,
jump into
anyway.
the race. So, did you watch the race?
Well, I thought we were talking about Q1 first.
Oh yeah, go Q1. You start because I can't remember anything
So-
from Q1. If I'm being honest.
What I was surprised was that
Mm.
Toto was very quick to say that it was a setup issue with Lewis's car.
Compared to Russell's.
Yeah. So if they set the car up wrong, they knew they set the car up wrong. Why wouldn't you pull it out of Parc Ferme, change the setup, and try something different for the race even from that position? Why, if they really had buggered up the setup, why would you stick with it and have him start 16th where they could have started from the pit lane and essentially been in the same position?
Did they change anything major to his car on the weekend though? Because I didn't catch up on anything that
I don't
because I
know.
didn't really talk about Mercedes much. Oh,
Yeah.
put a comment in there, Dave. Yeah, I thought you went. I thought you froze on me, but you're writing into the chat. Welcome to the chat, Supercar Talk.
Too much. Yeah. Two things at once. It's far too hard for me.
Yeah, no, you went like
Yeah, no. They
dialogue
apparently
on
they went. They went in a setup direction that was wrong with his car.
What do you think though? Do you think Russell outshined Hamilton, or do you just think it was set up?
I don't know.
Has to be set up. He came through.
Yeah.
He was doing pretty good. Once he got going, Lewis did pretty well, considering.
Well, he came 10th.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a pointless race.
No.
But as you said, there were 7 people who didn't either start or finish the race.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's a lot.
Yeah, there wasn't. He only looking at the results. He got in front of the 2 Aston Martins and Zhou Guanyu.
Yeah, which is that a win? I don't know. What's actually just quick segue? What's happening with Aston Martin? What the hell?
Well, I think the Mercedes handbrake definitely isn't helping them at the moment.
They just pump all this money into all this new staff and new direction, and it's probably the worst.
I think it'll take time for it to rebuild, but did it need rebuilding?
No,
They had a pretty good team in place. They were doing pretty well.
It's a big shake-up. It's a big shake-up.
Yeah, and then you come in and you swap all that stuff around. Like, why would you come in and change up something that's working? You know, it's a team that's been underfunded for a long time, that's been working well. Why wouldn't you just give the guys that have been running perfectly fine the tools to build it up? And then, in 3-4 years, if you don't see any improvement, okay, that's where we start shuffling it. Why do you move in and
I agree with that. I think they've probably gone a step too far with the changes, and it's thrown the balance.
Well, they've got rid of some good people just because they didn't agree that Lance Stroll's the best driver that ever lived.
And I agree with D-Dub. No, Otmar Alpine wins. I reckon Otmar was perfect for him.
Exactly, but because he wouldn't toe he wouldn't toe the company line about Lance being the second coming of Jesus or whatever, and he can't.
Can we talk? Are we doing religious stuff now as well? Or?
Hopefully, no one's too religious in here. But you can actually Alpine are looking quite reasonable at the moment.
Yeah, big fan.
What did they?
Big fan. When you look at the top 10, I mean, I know we're still Q1. I know you're enjoying knocking Hamilton.
I just, But then I just thought it was very strange that they didn't try and say, like, there's more going on there than just a setup issue, or else they would have.
I wouldn't say that they're choosing Russell over Hamilton. I think it might be a coincidence in the first instance that Russell is quicker than Hamilton for this race only, remember? Because let's not forget the first race. Hamilton got a podium. And Hamilton was a long way ahead of Russell
It was
And
a
could
lucky
Russell
podium,
cut through the crowd
but
like Hamilton?
Hamilton
My
didn't
phone's
get the
going.
crowd
I'm going
that
to turn my
much
phone off.
this
My
time.
phone's going crazy. Sorry,
Yeah,
mate.
can you put it on silent? Is this the first time you've done this?
It's my other stuff, okay? You've double booked
Your
me.
more important stuff.
You've double booked me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything behind the Mercedes weekend. I really don't. And I'm a Mercedes fan, but what's the chat think? Do you guys think there's something behind the George Russell Hamilton car, or do you think that was literally just the right car for the right track? And they'll be definitely running different setups. They'll be trying to set each car up for the driver, surely. They're not setting Russell's car up to match Hamilton's car. It'd be driver-based this with the new season. It has to be.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they didn't
Change it in parking.
Change the setup. Pull the car out of Parc Ferme or whatever, change the setup.
You know why, though? Because they probably don't know what the right setup was.
Would even you were that far out of the mark, why don't you throw something at it?
Yeah.
And give something else a try. Like at the moment, without taking swings at it, you're not going to catch the other two.
But you look at the big game. Mercedes always has a decent car for the race. Yes, they didn't qualify very well, but the race pace was. If Red Bull blew up, then they would have been there or thereabouts. So I think they were banking on Red Bull or Mercedes, Ferrari or Vettel. Not Vettel.
They probably just figured that they were going to drive through the field like they normally do.
He did all right. What did Russell come? Hold on, let me have a quick look. Fifth. He came fifth. That's pretty good.
Yeah, best of the rest. Yeah. Yeah, there's it's like a 3-tier Formula One again. So you got the top
I agree with
Mercedes
Max.
and then the rest.
I agree with Max. I think you've got some decent followers, mate. Max has got his head on straight. Car probably was just suited Russell more for the weekend. Done.
We'll find out.
I'm happy with it. We'll stay with that. Hashtag 44. Leave me alone. What else? So I can't remember the Q1s and 2s and 3s. I really can't.
Perez got pole.
Yeah, I know that, but that did nothing to me.
Perez's strategy. That was strange. When Leclerc came on the radio and said, "Well, we'll pit and undercut," you knew what was happening then. But logically, Perez is the tyre whisperer. You would have thought he would have been better off running longer regardless, going, "Oh, well, let Leclerc pit early. We'll continue running and end up, we'll be."
And if he did, he would have missed the safety car. And it's like,
well, that's it. I mean, King Latifi affecting race outcomes since 2021.
I'm done. I mean, I don't know how much money he brings to the plate. And you know what? He's a lovely guy. I watch his interviews. But each week you're hearing his name for the wrong reason. You just go, what do we do? Like, are we trying to build?
Once again, it was a very rookie era. Williams are probably they're in that position though where someone like Latifi does bring a lot of money to help them.
But they don't need the money now. They've got Donington behind them.
Yeah, but I mean, money's still good. You've got Albon in the car that tells you where the car really is at. So if the other guy can bring along, it's not like challenging for the championship or anything.
Yeah, but it frustrates me because I'm a massive Williams fan.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Williams fan. I don't know you are. I know you are as well. We'll go that way because we're opposite.
Yeah.
I feel better now, Dave. Thanks.
Williams really pains me these days.
We haven't even talked about the race yet. We're stuck in Q2, Q1, which I like this.
No, we'll talk about the race there where Perez.
I'm going to have a quick read of your comments.
Outfoxed.
It seems like it's all about you today, Dave. I'm reading your comments quickly.
Okay. All right.
Did you make a mention about the possible new channel coming up, Dave? Did you want to mention that?
Do we want to do that now or at the end?
No, definitely not.
So, what we're planning on doing, and we would like your suggestions too.
Yes.
We are going to set up a separate channel for live streams and things like this.
And car testing. We're going to do car reviews.
Well, we'll see where it takes us. But we're going to set up a separate channel for essentially the two of us to start off with. But we might look for other people for help as well along the way. But yeah, so it's something a little bit different, just because this supercar sort probably isn't the right place to be putting this, and that slot car guy is not the right place to be putting this. So we're going to set up a separate channel for this
it's a great
kind
channel.
of thing. So you will be notified about it, and we would like some suggestions. We've got a bit of an idea what we want to call it, but
should we revisit this before we switch off tonight?
Well, maybe we should, but we'd like some suggestions from people, because we're trying to find something that no one else has used, which is very hard these days because there is
because Dumb and Dumber was taken, which was a big one.
Apparently they made a movie about that a long time ago. So yeah,
I don't know who's Dumb or Dumber. That was the problem. We fought about that for about an hour.
Yeah,
but we'll revisit this before let's get back into the race, and I think we'll reach out to the comments and say, hey, this is what we're thinking, but it might just actually not even happen because we're hopeless.
It'll happen.
If you got any cars you want us to review in real life, let me know.
I'm confident. Yeah.
Dave's slot guy. Maybe we should have asked them.
Two guys in a hat.
How about
maybe
just
we
the channel for you,
share
both of
the
you?
hat.
Share two guys and the
Home office chair races. You're actually not far off what we were thinking, Gaz.
The supercar guy. I think Blondie will kill us for that one.
Yeah.
How about just the channel for both of you to live stream, post videos of the upcoming stuff for Worldwide Motorsports?
This is riveting viewing, watching us read the live comments.
Home office chair races. Well, we're hoping to get out of the home office for this channel. Anyways, let's go back to the race because I'm excited about the race, Dave.
Okay, what do you want to tell me about the race?
Nothing. I just want to get back into it.
Because I watched it, but it was very early in the morning. I think the big thing
we hit Perez again. Let's go back to Perez. So
yeah,
I wasn't disappointed because I expected it.
What, him to get pole or him to go back into fourth position? And then what probably surprised me though, he looked so confident out in the lead. He looked like he had that under control.
Yeah.
And then as soon as when he went back to fourth, he just stayed in fourth. He didn't look like he was going to challenge Sainz at all, which Sainz was, in that first stint, he was dropping back behind the first two. Sainz was clearly fourth in the first stint. And then once Perez ended up in fourth, he was just clearly fourth. There was no... but
he was catching the last two laps. I think it was close. The last two laps, it was getting closer. I think it was 1.1 seconds away.
2.7 seconds off the results here. He finished behind. But it's never... Max caught up to Leclerc and then passed him, where Perez never looked anywhere near like that.
To challenge him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't surprised, mate. I'm like... When everyone went crazy about his first pole in 17,000 races, I'm like...
I think also because it was the first Mexican pole as well, wasn't it? Because I don't think the Rodriguez's had ever had a pole.
Is it that hard to get pole? Oh, sometimes I sit back and go, is it that hard? It
must
be.
It depends. Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, that's something that happens every week. If you're a Sergio Perez fan, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Once in 150 races, you mean?
Once in a lifetime.
That's true.
The only man who, actually, the man who had the record for the longest time between, the longest to get their first pole position was...
Here we go. Here's a tidbit from Dave. This will be exciting. Go, Dave.
Mr. Mark Webber, Australia's own favourite Mark Webber.
Another disappointment. I love Mark, though.
He was something like 117 races or something like that before he got his first pole position.
Well, the reason I love Mark is because he loves Oscar Piastri. And I'm an Oscar Piastri fanboy.
Yeah. Yeah. It won't take him 150 races to get a pole position.
No way. He's a champion. So, all right. Let's go over the top Also, it was Max, Leclerc, Saints. I'm just going to go through the list and see and let you know who I was surprised with. Ocon, 6. I don't think he got enough praise for his position in the race.
Alpine's actually really surprising me this year. I thought they were going to be quite lost, being the only Renault team, especially, and they seem to not have so much direction in that, and having the clear out of the upper management again. But yeah, they're actually kicking goals at the moment. I'm not sure if that's because the other teams are essentially doing so badly, which is making them look better, or
they just got it right, I think.
Well,
and D-Dub just beat me, so I'll get to that in a minute. D-Dub, you just got to me because I was about to ring that up. But go, Dave.
Oh, that battle, yeah. As a fan of the racing, that was amazing. But you just sat there going, why isn't the team stepping in and putting a stop to this?
That ruins it, though, because I was thinking the same thing. I was enjoying it, but going, why isn't...
I'm really torn because the heart says, go for it, let them take each other out. But the head really says, like, fuck me, I'd be, pulling the pin on this. Especially because they were slowing each other down.
They were, but I think they did say, I think Otmar did say, you'll see very soon it will sort itself out. And I guess they would have said to him, have 4 laps between years.
When Ocon takes out Alonso.
That's what I was, but he can drive.
Oh, but yeah, both of them were doing really well.
I was sitting there going, Alonso, you're dead. Like, you're about to get put into a wall. But no, I was pretty sick how cars can race now. I love it. I think that's a definite topic.
Yeah, they seem to be actually able to follow.
That's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah. And the way you can also fight back as well. Because
I think the biggest issue is tyres, heating, cooling. That's always going to be a problem, but
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, but like previously you just hit the DRS button, do your pass, and it was over and done with, where now at least people can fight back straight away. And you do get these battles for lap after lap.
What's your thoughts on the DRS game of chicken? I didn't like that. I'm not a big fan of it.
That's ridiculous. They need to obviously change where they put the DRS line.
It should be after the corner, not before a corner.
That makes more sense there. Yeah.
Because then you got the drive out. You're not. You have to get there first. You won't stop. You want to get there first because you've got the drive out of the corner and then you're gone. So I think.
So this is the thing with DRS, because they do modify it race to race and that, and they can modify it over the weekends. Well, we just need to look at how it works and that, and modify where the line is and things like that. Like how if it's too powerful somewhere, they shorten the length of the DRS zone.
So there's 2 really good questions in the comment, and the first one I'll go to AP Graham Pricks. He mentions he doesn't think Piastri will ever get a F1 seat. I've got to say no to that. Yes, he's not racing this year, and I'll quickly answer that question why it's there. The reason I don't think it's an out of, he's not racing this year, I get that. But guess who might not be here next year? I don't think Alonso will be here next year. I think the plan in place will be this. I can almost guarantee that that's what's going to happen.
That's a tough one, but I think the difference. What was it, Davide Valsecchi was the big one, and then recently we had he's racing for Merck in Formula E at the moment, Nick de Vries.
Yeah.
Both of them who didn't graduate at all. I think Piastri is too strong not to get a shot at it. Whereas I think the De Vries isn't bad, but and I don't think Valsecchi's was a strong enough championship to say get his shot. Whereas like a few guys like Glock and that probably were a bit lucky at the time to get through. Whereas I think Piastri
wasn't as competitive.
Yeah, and I think Piastri's a bit like I'm not saying he's going to be the next Hamilton or anything, but I think his F2 championship was a bit more like a Hamilton championship or a Leclerc or
George Russell.
Rosberg, Russell's, yeah. And he's been very, very strong in the junior, whereas some of these other guys, like the Renault guy who's now a commentator, Jonathan Palmer's son, Joylan. Like, Joylan took a long time to win the F2 championship, whereas Piastri, bang, out of the blocks.
Back to back, mate. Back to back.
Yeah, and so what do you got? Like, Rosberg and Hamilton are the only ones to win rookie F2 championships, I think, off the top of my head.
I can tell you now, Piastri will be a name that will not make F1. He's too hot property across the field. Mark Webber is behind him. He's got the trophies behind him. I can guarantee that Alpine won't want to lose him to, let's just say someone just mentioned that Ricciardo leaves. If Ricciardo leaves, someone's going to want a junior protege in their car ASAP.
Yeah.
And Piastri, I believe.
I could even see like Red Bull, Tsunoda, is he going to still be around?
He's gone next year.
Yeah, so, do they give, Piastri a run in...
I wouldn't want him to go to Red Bull. It's too toxic. I don't think Mark Webber will allow it. I don't know Mark Webber, but did he have the best time there?
Well, he's still sponsored by him, I think.
Yeah, I know. God damn it.
So Mark was good friends with Dieter, not with Helmut. So, yeah. The other question about, there was something about...
DRS?
Do we take DRS off the cars now?
Can't do it. Red Bull's got a 16k per hour straight line speed difference. That's too much.
Isn't that when the DRS is open, though?
No. That's without.
Well, that's good.
No, it's not.
That's about time, though. Mercedes had it for like 15 years, so it's about time someone else had an advantage.
Well, jump back on the Piastri because Gaz just made a good mention, and this proves a point. Piastri was on about 6 lists during COVID.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah,
that shows you how popular it is. I've never ever seen that in my time where one driver from one team is on the list for like 4 drivers. If they get COVID, can we have him? It's like...
And that's where I was very surprised. Like, Renault's got this great driver academy thing, blah, blah, blah. But then they essentially sign up to long-term older drivers for their team where they can't place. Like, we now got to call him Zhou Guan Yu. He's still an Alpine Academy driver as well as Piastri. And they've got someone else, Lundgaard as well. In IndyCar.
I think there'll be money. There'll be money. There'll be sponsorship. There'll be. It's a no-brainer because they're just getting their drivers, their own drivers, more skilled. So I don't see. I'm not surprised that they're lending the drivers out, but I'm surprised how many people wanted Piastri on his books for COVID relief, and that shows to me he's
got to get a shot somewhere.
But that's enough about Piastri because I'm a fanboy. I'll have his T-shirt soon. When he gets next year, if he gets a ride, which he will, he'll take Alonso out. I won't shut up about him. So I'm going to shut up about him now. There's one more. Yeah, DRS. DRS, no, can't get rid of it. Not at the moment. Should be dismantled. Should be changed a bit.
Yeah, I'd maybe prefer to see something where you can use it, say, 20 times during a race or something like that.
Push to pass.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, I kind of bang on about how IndyCar does these things really well. I really like their push to pass thing where I think they get 100 seconds for the race, and you can decide if you want to push it for 3 seconds or 20 seconds.
It's like
or whatever.
3 minutes, isn't it? It's 3 minutes, isn't it?
I think it's 100 seconds they get for the race. 100. So, and you can use it
for me.
To a bit over a minute 40. That is.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. And you can use it to defend or attack or whatever you want. So, and I'd prefer to see DRS a bit more like that.
So DRS with a timer on it, so you can use it wherever you want, but you've got a minute 20 over the race.
Yeah, or
to use it.
So many pushes for the race. Yep. Say even like with something like the DRS, yeah, you can open it 20 times during the race. So, if you're in a Red Bull and you want to go through 130R at Suzuka with DRS open,
Please
go
do
for
that.
it.
Please do that.
I remember trying that on whatever it was, F1 2014 or something like that.
Oh, yours would be like F1 1998 or something.
It was fun.
You had the Mad Catz wheel. You weren't very good, I heard. I was going to quickly read your comments. Red Bull have Lawson, Vips, Strululav, Halga, Owaza. They've got too many.
Yeah, but that's always been the Red Bull. But the at least Red Bull's got 4 seats to put them in. Renault's
Marco Bruce, Piastri's manager. Yeah, well, that's Gaz is right. Marco Bruce, Piastri's manager. I'm sure he will fit from a good seat at least at the moment. Renault has locked him in as I think that's a no-brainer. Surely he's going to get a ride. I think Lawson will replace Sonoda. That's a good one. Lawson might replace Sonoda.
I think it depends a bit on what happens with the Honda deal, whether Sonoda gets another crack or not.
What was Sonoda? Sonoda went. What was he? He was out of this race. He was out. Wasn't he?
His engine. He got the good engine last race, and he got the bad one this race.
Now, where did Gazzy was 8. Gazzy did okay. 8.
Yeah, but then, is it that good?
So here we go. Here it is rather strange that when F1 introduced DRS, true fans didn't want it. F1 brought it in to help spice up the racing because it was DRS and it had KERS. Remember when KERS was a big thing as well? That was a push to pass, wasn't it?
Originally, yes.
So I loved that. I really liked KERS.
The problem with the original systems was that they were expensive and heavy. So, like 2009, they came in, and BMW, Ferrari, McLaren had it, and Braun won the championship without it, and Red Bull came second without it. I think someone else had it. Might have been Toyota or someone as well. I think it was more the factory teams that had it, and it didn't work so well. So they put it. It got. I think it got stopped for a couple of years, and then they brought it back.
Yeah, they did. I think it was 2011, wasn't it?
Possibly.
It was before the change of the tide, before 2014. But I liked KERS.
Yeah,
because they're not all equal. That's the problem.
But that was as well. That was originally it was more a driver-based push button setup, whereas then later on it's got like an automatic. Because they've got it now, but it's the computer runs it all. So
they can use as like not an engine mode, but as and give me some more power.
To Gaz's question, yes, I think Melbourne now gets a second DRS zone.
Yeah, they do.
Through that back. Yeah.
I can't wait.
I think so.
I can't wait. And we'll get on to Albert Park, I think, very soon.
Well, maybe next Thursday before.
We'll have a chat about
a race preview.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
And maybe some of us will be there at some point over the weekend to.
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get
enjoy some live racing. You haven't got a ticket.
No, because he's still away. I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
He's still away. I don't think I'm going to get it. How wide did you?
If my ticket supplier is watching, any chance of getting a second one for one day?
Better go on my channel.
If not, I might call you tomorrow.
If not, I might call you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Question now the turn, probably, but maybe not. I can't wait to see the new 992. So someone asked about Dan Ticknam. Isn't he in DTM?
I'm not sure because he was doing F2 last year, wasn't he? And
I think he did DTM because wasn't he racing with
and then he ticked him. No, that was Liam Lawson.
Liam Lawson. I get them mixed up.
It was the other Red Bullion there.
That's right.
But Dan
which is the one that made the song? Which was the one that made the song about Latifi?
Dan ticked him.
What a way to lose your ride, eh? I ain't going to sing about any more sponsors.
It's probably better than getting a sim racer to do your sim racing for you.
Yeah.
So I forget. That was the
Not
altitude,
COVID.
wasn't
Not
it?
COVID. I've tested today.
Yeah. If anyone's not in Melbourne, I've got hay fever, and yeah, you
Let's go to
sneeze,
commercial break.
and you nearly need to hold up a big sign saying it's not COVID, it's just hay fever.
Well, the masks. When I was wearing the masks, I was the worst at coughing and sneezing, and people were like Karens everywhere, and I'm like, I've got COVID. I mean, I don't have COVID.
I nearly need to get one of these and say, hello, my name is
Dave.
hay fever
Hay
sufferer.
fever plus COVID. Liam Wilson, that's right, Gaz. What do we got? He's in Formula E. Oh, how's Jesus going in Formula E?
Giovinazzi.
Yeah.
Does anybody watch Formula E? And
no, I do. I normally do, but I haven't. I haven't lately. But because he's obviously a reserve driver, and I'm seeing him at every race at F1. I'm thinking, aren't you meant to be racing Formula E?
Well, you get a lot of time on your hands with Formula E because they run out of batteries.
But Dave, it's the future.
It's coming last.
It's the future, Dave.
I've been doing my Facebook research, and a lot of people are saying these lithium-ion batteries are bad for the environment.
I think making them is. Oh, here we go. We're going from talking Albert Park to the environment. I'm going to talk Jesus in a minute. You're done. And I almost took a swig out of me old turps.
Don't get the bottles mixed up. That's why, I keep mine in a safe place.
Now, for anyone that wants to know why I'm doing that, I'm painting some of my buildings.
No, on here, nobody cares about your little.
I do. It's a pit building. It's racing.
We're talking about it was bad enough having to live through 2020 and sim racing, but yeah, I would rather not talk about DTM.
Pray to the Lord. All right, so where are we at? I didn't remember our predictions. What was our predictions? Did I write them down?
I'm sure I said Max Verstappen for the win.
I can't remember how I wrote them down.
I definitely said I thought Leclerc was going to win again because I didn't think Red Bull would come back that strong.
Did I say? I think I got it all right.
You said Max. Yeah.
Did anyone remember?
I think I said Ferrari 1-2 with Max third. So
I'm sure I put someone else.
I think you said.
I think I put Norris in there, which I shouldn't have.
It was very hopeful. How did Norris get seventh?
But did you see his interview?
Because I stopped.
Interview?
No, because I had to go to work.
He was
late on Monday. Don't tell anyone.
I don't think they're watching, are they? Not many people are watching us, Dave. I was going to say, so
the spies might check it out.
They'll be like, "Oh, well, let's check out Dave's channel."
Yeah,
I think I've got a couple of good winners on that one. But do we do our predictions this week for Albert, or should we wait for next week?
Let's do them next week. Yeah.
Right, so we won't talk about Albert Park at all.
Yeah, except as I predict it's going to be a bitterly disappointing Melbourne for all the Dan Ricciardo fans.
Breaking news: LV, Las Vegas.
Yes. How have we got 38 minutes in and not talked about going to... I can't wait for the race around Caesars Palace car park again.
I'm not a fan.
Have you ever watched footage? No, this is going to be a proper track. But have you ever watched footage from that Las Vegas car park?
The interview is so sad.
Which interview is that?
With Norris, because he was pretty a Debbie Downer in all the interviews he did, which is hilarious. Go on YouTube and watch some of the highlights of Norris's interviews, and he literally was just ripping McLaren.
Well, I mean, they had a really good car last year, and they've gone nowhere. Gaz has just said on Saturday night as well, the Las Vegas race. So that's a big, big, big departure for Formula One. But
why have they done that though? There must be some reason
for the Las Vegas / American market.
So hold on, they're doing quali and racing on the same day.
Well, I'm not sure whether they're moving I just know the race is going to be on Saturday night, which is an American market thing, which typically the races are set to the European market, which is why like the Melbourne Grand Prix is later on in the day, and they have the night races in the Middle East and all that kind of stuff. So
it's crazy. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it will actually. Yeah, it should be a very convenient Sunday morning time for us. I think. Yeah, because I think the IndyCar Saturday night races are usually around 10 o'clock or so on a Sunday morning. So
that's perfect for us. That's perfect.
Depending on what you've got on, it can be a very convenient time. Get a nice little sleep in and watch some racing.
You don't have any kid under 3 years old, do you?
No,
there's no such thing as sleeping.
Mine are grown up. But see, I'm on this real good sleep schedule where I get up early for work during the week, so I still get up early on the weekends. Yeah. Which is really great when you on Friday night when you go to bed at like 8:30 because you're knackered. But anyway,
riveting stuff here, people. Let's talk about our sleep patterns. So LV, the big LV, the Las Vegas.
So they're going down the strip.
Yeah, down the strip.
Well, they've been talking about it. It's a bit like the New York Grand Prix. They've talked about it forever.
Down the strip. That's pretty decent.
Make it happen. Yeah. And it's a big, long straight down the strip from what I thought.
What's your thoughts on Supercar changing tyre manufacturer as of next season, supposedly? Dave, that's probably for you, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one at the moment. I thought Dunlop still had a contract. Dave the Night Owl.
Who are they going to?
Who are they going to? SMB? Or SHB? Please no Pirelli.
What's SHB Motorsports Production? It sounds very professional.
It's probably more professional than ours.
Does he want to give us some cars? SHB, you got any cars you want me to review for you? I've got GoPro cameras. Down the street. Yeah, 6K layout. It's massive. I agree with you, Ron. I haven't watched it since. If I would choose someone to go to Pirelli, I would go to Pirelli as well. Actually, to tell you the truth, Dave, and Dave knows this, I'd actually watch the race on the weekend.
Oh, it's Scotty.
Tasmania. Big fan of that track.
Did you watch the racing over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. All racing. All of the races.
Except for Formula E and motorbikes.
No, the motorbike. Yeah. I'm actually going to the motorbikes this year.
Okay.
I've got tickets for that already.
Just like the Grand Prix.
Perks, Dave. Perks. Just like the Grand Prix. Well, that one fell through, didn't it? Scotty Honeybone.
That's who SHB is. Scotty Honeybone, who is one of my followers.
Scotty Honeybone. Great name.
What's the chance?
I think I said a movie with him in it. I'll watch it. What's the chances of New Zealand hosting an F1 race? Pretty slim, I think, if they can't. Where will they race? In?
They don't have a circuit that could host Formula One. And I honestly think Australia's probably on, other than the fact that they would probably want to race on every continent, I reckon, Australia's probably on thin ice with keeping the race. Because they're doing, because Melbourne aren't going to pay the hosting fee that they're getting off some of these other places.
But they wouldn't have done the track, though. They wouldn't have fixed this track for no reason.
Yeah, there's still got a few years left on the contract.
And they wouldn't.
I think the contract runs through 2025 or something like that.
Yeah, he's your first pay member, Dave, so you better treat SHB correctly.
I treat them all very correctly.
You got paid people. How do I get that? No,
I've got a few paid members. Let me just.
I don't know what they're paying you for. Do I get half of that for this show?
Scotty, send me your address so I can send you your magnet as well.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think you've sent me your address. Email it to me. Anyway.
Yeah, Scotty, email me too, mate, and I'll send you something special from my channel.
Have you got merch?
Look, as I look in the tub.
Give it back to SA. Unfortunately, they put some light rail in the way, and now you can't use the track anymore in South Australia. So
No, they'll never race chopsticks. They'll never race at Bathurst, mate. I don't think you'd have a massive uproar if they had to, because I think they've actually showed you photos and pictures of what they would have to do to that track to make it F1 compatible, and it's pretty bad. Like, it's pretty extensive.
Oh, that's the thing. I wouldn't want them to, because even like the S5000s had to run when they ran at Bathurst last year. They had to rev limit them for it.
It's not a track for. It's not a track for that open wheel style.
And I wouldn't want to see anything get much faster around there, and then the track.
And where would you pass? I mean, other than the two main straights, where would you pass?
It's not wide enough, and it's too old school.
Yeah, the Bend. That was the next thing I was going to say. The Bend. That's in Adelaide, isn't it? The Bend, yeah.
Well, it's a long way out of Adelaide, but yes, it's
closer to the Melbourne border.
The problem with the Bend is though it's further, it's like say Phillip Island. There's nowhere for people to stay.
Chris Vegas.
Yeah.
Sorry. BB. Hold on.
Well, another one, they put bloody light rail and messed up the track.
No, I'll do that later.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to see IndyCar come back to Gold Coast. But,
I think that'd be good.
The problem is
World Racing, World F1s. That was fun.
What's that?
Was it the World Cup when we did the World Cup here? Wasn't it many moons ago?
Yeah, the A1 Grand Prix.
That was awesome. Bring it back.
What was it? It was
A1. Didn't Power run in that for us?
Yeah, they had a rotating schedule, so there was a lot of
next.
Yeah.
Sydney are interested in the F1. They are, but
but Sydney don't do these events properly. That's the problem. Like Homebush was never properly done, I don't think, in the supercars. I don't know what it is.
What about Perth?
Sydney. It's too far away.
Yeah, but not for the
It's good for it's good for fly in and that. But I think from a population point of view,
and weather, perfect for weather.
But
I don't know. I think I might have to push for a Perth race. But
that's a long commute for me, though.
Who am I? But it's a holiday day.
At least if I go to the Grand Prix, I can come home and sleep in my own bed.
You're one of those guys. A1GP, Power was in Davidson's, and AJ, Homebush was crap. Gaz just summed it up in a nutshell. So I think we're getting close to the 1 hour mark, Dave.
No,
is there anything in the chat?
Sprint track. No one's come up with a good name for us to call the new channel.
So let's revisit it. So we are thinking. We don't know yet. We are thinking about starting a standalone channel where we do these lives, and not just F1. To be motor racing in general.
General motorsport kind of chat. We might have.
But we also want to do
things there.
Real car reviews where me and Dave will go to the car. We'll film it.
Yeah, basically, we want to drive your car
fast. And I am paying for the petrol.
Not over the speed limit.
No.
Yeah, two guys with a whiskey. We just need to get some whiskey going, which could be trouble on a Thursday
I'll get the whiskey,
night.
but I don't know if we would get it. I don't know if that would take off. Are we slack car guy, Dave? No. I want to try and detach myself from my other
Zoot car reviews. While we're getting some ridiculous names coming through, and
do you want to throw any of our names out there, Dave?
Well, I'm thinking we haven't been through the winner and loser of the week either.
Oh,
well, I haven't even chosen that. Holden Astra Wagon. Yes.
Yeah, that's collectible. Don't damage that.
I am excited. Please tell me it's an automatic as well.
We want to start somewhere a little bit higher.
You have a Go Astra at some point.
Then crap. Did I?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you did.
I was in between skylines, Dave. I was in between skylines.
Sensible car reviews. Okay, my winner of the weekend. Or do we do loser first? What do we want?
I haven't even
Winner
written
or
one yet, so
loser?
you go first.
Okay. Oh, my winner of the weekend, I'm going with Max Verstappen because of the bounce back after round one.
But is it a winner though? Because we expected it.
I didn't. I thought they were going to wind down the engine, and I didn't think they were going to be as competitive this weekend. I thought they were going to play it a bit safe. They came back out, and there definitely will not be any bias in the car reviews. I can tell you that. So I will tell you everything that is wrong with my car, and I'm about to unload about.
And then hopefully when Dave finishes reviewing that car, I'll tell you everything that I like about it just to piss Dave off. So
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
it should be fun. So winner and losers.
My winner for the weekend, Max Verstappen. My loser for the weekend was Sergio Perez's strategy.
You've got a double bull.
Yes, because they should have. And I've got a secondary loser coming, but no stars in a reasonably priced car.
We don't want reasonably priced cars.
Nothing. No cars are reasonably priced at the moment. Perez's strategist, because they should have seen what was happening. I mean, I was sat 18 hours away in Australia, and I knew that if they pulled in, Leclerc was staying out. We didn't know King Latifi was going to crash, but yeah, he's the tyre whisperer. Leave him out on the tyres. He was all good. The other one was Mercedes for not throwing the kitchen sink at Hamilton's car and pulling him out of Parc Fermé. But
I don't agree with you on them not doing what they've done.
Don't agree with me.
No, but I'm not, because
I'm still right, but you don't have
you're
to
not.
agree
You're
with me.
Dave, and that's what your name tag says. But what I'm getting at is
lowest gear.
Lowest gear. Totally trust us in your car. All right, let's go. My winner and losers. Winner, Norris. He came 7th.
How?
That's
I
always a winner.
I was watching the McLarens when they were in like 15th and 16th, and then Dan blew up and Norris was behind him. So I was like, and then the next thing is bloody.
Stop putting names up. I'm trying to be serious about my winner and loser. Two middle-aged balding men. Dave's not balding though, unfortunately. Will be soon though.
The walking blokes because petrol is too much.
.com. Good email though. The gear shifters. There's no more gears though. The paddle shifters, you should call it. The paddle shifters.
Yeah.
DSGs, the DSG brothers.
I've got that was why I picked a big reason why I picked my car, because it's actually an automatic. It's not a DSG.
What's wrong with DSG?
Those fart noises that they make.
Oh, I just hit the computer. Hold there for a tick. I'm finishing my winners and losers. Winner, Norris, because he made top 10.
He magically came from like 15th to 7th. That
even though 64 cars blew up in a 22-car race. 20-car race.
But most of them were blown up when he was still in 15th. So anyway, okay, your winner of the weekend.
Conspiracy? Well, of course, my loser is Perez.
You lose. He was your winner. Loser Perez.
Yeah, Norris was the winner.
Yeah, but you're agreeing with me now about the loser.
Yeah, because what a loser! Like, I feel sorry for him, but it's like, but I don't agree with your thoughts. Though you're saying that the strategy chosen did ruin it for them, but the strategy chosen, no matter if Ferrari came in or vice versa, I don't think it would have changed the outcome.
Yeah.
What did I miss? You missed 53 minutes, Ahmed. Right?
Yeah, it's all right.
You started yet.
YouTube will put the replay up. So
you missed out on the free magnet.
I've got some. Just a second.
So, do you want to? Should we tell them some of our names we've chosen, Dave?
I have got a list here somewhere, but I think there's the magnets. There you go.
Why don't I have one of your magnets?
Because you're not a member of the channel. So there you go.
You're a sucker.
Or I haven't snuck one onto your filing cabinet at work.
Thanks, mate. So I'm a big fan of the name that's possibly chosen. Well, I don't know you have that many. Did you have a meeting without me?
None of them were any good. It was as I was
a board
working
meeting.
through to where we got to back seat, the window wiping crew, only with our tongues.
Do that one, the one that we discussed. I think that's a good name.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, and everyone will get excited for next Thursday when this will be streamed across 3 channels.
Have you told him the name yet?
No. We'll do a big release next week. Supercars Live with Dave. What about we need to keep Trev involved? Everyone's forgotten about Trev.
That is like heavens in the backseat of my Datsuns.
Unfortunately, neither of us have Datsun.
OzGP review next week. Yes.
It will be a preview next week.
Preview, and then we'll do a review
the week after.
Like the Lord of the Rings. We're just going to do like episodes.
Poor old Trev.
I know. What's wrong with Trev?
Everyone picks on poor Trev.
Hey, Trev for president. So you don't want to release the name now?
No, let's do a big release next week. So no one can steal it.
No one's going to steal it, Dave.
You don't know who's watching at the moment.
You're in charge.
They'll be signing up the Gmail accounts now.
Yeah, because we're that popular.
I'll go.
But all honesty, if you do have a nice car that you want to send Dave the details of that you want us to review in Melbourne, let us know. And
Dave at trustme.com.
Dave at trust. Chopsticks.
Hey, Scotty, are you actually happy that Crofty... No, Crofty was there. Where was Martin?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, well, just a general... Where was Martin Brundle on the weekend? I think
a live race recap. Ooh, Dave, do we want to go live? Oh, you'll be in the city, though. You'll be there.
I think I'm going to be there Friday, Saturday.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
So, can I give 2 examples of what cars we're potentially looking at in a couple of the first episodes?
A C30 Volvo and a...
No. I've got the
Nissan X-Trail.
I've got the Nissan X-Trail STI. No. That's got the rubber band gearbox. No. Yes. That's
I love the CVT in the X-Trail.
Really?
Oh, it's amazing.
Try the new ECGT in the Renault, whatever it is. That's like a big lugger band.
I was going to say it's better than the automatic that was in her old the Jeep before we got the X-Trail.
MySpace and Hotmail.
Hey, I tried to sign up to something the other day with my Hotmail account, but anyway.
Because it'd be worth watching. So I've got my hands on a Renault 5 Turbo. So you know the car, Dave.
I do.
So Renault 5 Turbo, pretty rare in Australia. So we definitely have that I can look at. And a 1989 M3 with a V10 in it. So that's a couple of cars that I'll release now.
Exciting cars.
We'll get some pretty nice cars lined up. And a Magna. No, I'm joking.
We will probably review our own cars and our wives' cars as well, for fun.
That'd be boring.
We could go through.
I don't want to blow up a brand new car.
I'm not going to blow up any car.
I am,
except for that Matt.
That's why this might not work. There, we're very different.
Matt's CX-3. Scott, have you got one of those, Scott?
Scotty,
Tell me now, because I tried to convince a relative to buy one of those just before Christmas, but he wouldn't go halves with me.
Talking relatives, we can. Is the old Ford still there?
I might be able to drive the FPV, but probably not the XY.
But he'll make some good quality airtime if we got him on camera.
He won't get on camera.
I'll make him.
I've tried.
He misses his best son, Trev.
Is he watching? There is no way he'd be watching an hour of this.
He wouldn't even. He still reads a newspaper.
He does too.
All right. I like that name,
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks. You would blow up the car.
We could call the channel Top Gear style.
I don't want to get sued for the 4
No.
subscribers we have.
That's yeah. Well, we've got 0 subscribers at the moment because the channel hasn't started.
No, we'll work it out though. But we'll keep that in. We'll keep in touch with that. But we've got some good stuff coming. Hopefully.
If anyone does think of anything, it doesn't come through on this cat. Down in the comments.
Yeah, please.
On this video,
and it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, we had a crack. Maybe she'll call.
Yeah,
We have having a crack.
There will be something a little bit different next week for that. So I think we've been an hour now. So call it for this week. Thank you, everybody. Next week will be the Melbourne preview on an exciting new channel, but we will advertise it on the normal channels and we will continue to stream it on the normal channels for a while. So
yeah,
I'm
feel free to check out.
Look forward to the 100 comments, Chopsticks.
Feel free to just check this guy's channel out. Quite a good host of his own channel.
It's quite good if you're into kids' toys. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See ya.